It's Achilles, man. We're back. So what I got going on today is very simple, too crazy, nothing too major. I just want to just start off with what you call it. Just trying to get myself acclimated to, I guess, in a way. Did they seriously put everything back up in here? Item shop. Blade. Who added him up in here? That don't even look like Blade. But okay. Hulk Smashers. Hulk ain't even in here. I'll just buy these just because. I think it's rare in a way, but let me just get started with the my thoughts on the pre-order stuff. Now, I could have pre-ordered Xbox Series S today, but the only thing I would probably say about that is I do not have anybody to run with on Xbox, so I pretty much should be going from the ground up on Xbox. Now, Rookieville, I mean, with PS5 or Xbox, whatever, I'm looking at that gameplay wise. What are my thoughts on that? I mean, building from the ground up from there, it's not really a great idea in my opinion, but I do like the simplicity of showcasing a build or proving yourself, and then a whole lot of people want to know how the affiliation works. The affiliation is based on slots. It's not necessarily on how you play. It's whoever has space, whoever will set your talent, basically. I'm not sure exactly the methodology of this 2K. I think this 2K is good. I mean, well, at least 2K on current gen now. I really don't believe that it's good. I just played a game earlier today with a random, and I was just like, I wasn't feeling it. I gotta add this guy. You suck, loser. Hopefully we can get what you call it. I might play with this guy for a little bit. I really have nothing to do, so someone might ask me if I've been stressed out from school and stuff. Like, sure, I mean, school. Like, if anybody is using a baseline performance about school, obviously some people and stuff is doing fine in school. And me in a certain class, I'm excelling, but I just don't feel like personally this is just not the year for me, man. Like, if you had to ask me what I think about this year, 2019 was rough for me. 2020 is just rough in general for everybody. Everybody's processing stuff a little bit differently. Yeah. And then just other stuff happening too. But that's besides the point, man. Besides the point. But, I really don't try to, get myself in a negative, thought pattern, because that's actually pretty bad. Like, certain stuff that starts to affect you if you really don't, redirect the focus and channel your focus on something that's at least positive. So I don't really try to keep up with certain stuff, like someone asks me about this, that, and the third. I might not respond to it because at the same time and token, certain stuff I just don't feel compelled to talk about. But that's not a story for another day, man. It's not a story for another day. Will I get the PS5? Yes, I will most definitely get the PS5. Someone's going to answer that question. I'm not bad at Fortnite. I just I just don't care about this game like that. I know that sounds so wrong, but I'm only playing it for out of just strict boredom. I need help killing Wolverine, so if Sean, you watching this, hope this me up and kill Wolverine. I know where he's at, but Wolverine's kind of tough to kill. Not only do you have to have a lot of, you really have to have a whole lot of ammo. And then you really can't let Wolverine heal. Try to find him. I know he's out here in Slurpee. He's out at one of these tree locations. I don't like that stuff right there, so. As long as I can find Wolverine, I'm good. On the whatchamacallit, the footsteps, so you can try to find Wolverine. All this stuff's a little boss. I mean, in my honest opinion, that really doesn't do that much. Like party channel. Okay. You suck, loser. I'll add him just because I don't got nobody to play with right now. The whole thing about people talking about like YouTube in general. I mean, YouTube is great. I know people and stuff they're getting popped for giving out the PS5. Like if a place were to give out the PS5 early, they can get popped for like $50,000. And that's pretty big. And that's the same type of thing. Like if you get popped by a thing, you may not be ever able to sell this console or any consoles for a while. And my thoughts on that, I mean, is it fair? I think no, in a way. But then again, like the thing about me too, in a sense, about thinking about especially these consoles, is that you kind of have to be, I mean, not careful, but I mean, you really have to network with some of these people. Some of these people, they don't care about their job. They're just there. But at the same time, like employees and stuff, they can't check out the stuff. Like they can't go and check themselves out with the inventory. That's what I mean. That's just not happening. Like someone else has to check them out. But like people talking about PS5, do people know how much stock and stuff is? How many PS5 the store has? The place where I'm going got 20 PS5s. So I'm gonna go to them. I only live like what 20 minutes away from them, so or I'm gonna just go to the one that's like 10 minutes away from my house directly. They only have 10 consoles, so I consider that a plus. Oh, there you go, Wolverine. There you go. Bruh, where the fuck are you at? Dude. You suck. Hey, can you help me kill Wolverine? Can you help me kill Wolverine? I need help with that. I need to unlock this game. So I appreciate you can help me. Like reboot me and help me kill what you call Wolverine. Thank you. He's right there and I need to kill him, bro. I need to kill him. I need help killing him. I need you to help me kill him. So thank you. Thank you. I don't know if you can hear me, but thank you. Hey, what you call it? You suck. Can you help me kill Wolverine? Yeah, thank you. There you go. I'll try to help you out. Let me kill him, let me kill him. Okay, thanks. Yeah. Thank you, you suck. There you go. Alright, y'all, oh, he bounced. At least I got... Wow. That's my bad, cause I didn't have any weapons, but well, I didn't have a good weapon at a distance. But at least I got what you call it, Wolverine. I'll tell you that. That was difficult to kill him. Well, it's not difficult to kill him. It's difficult to kill him if you ain't got no ammo. My bad for saying that. But what are my official thoughts on like PS5? Like a lot of people probably might ask me what are my thoughts on PS5. The PS5 and stuff is difficult to everybody is bending their rules in a sense. Everybody's not telling you when they're gonna carry it. Now, one of the tips I would probably say to you if you really want your best opportunity to get a PS5, especially if you're trying to get it from a store, you don't have to pre-order a PS5 to get it. It's really first come, first serve. But you would have to network and ask different people. Not really network, but you would have to ask like the employees on the floor how stuff is operating. And you know, I feel like I can still get a PS5. It doesn't matter what channel I may get it. But I just think that it's a little bit more like I have to be a little bit more cognizant of like just a procedure in a way. I mean, if you know a manager or something like that, or if you're pretty good with like a manager of a particular store or something like that, you may be able to know whether or not they got it in. Like for instance, anything that's like health related, like you know stuff that people want, sanitizer and stuff like that, or Lysol wipes and stuff like that. I have Lysol wipes for days. Like I literally have a whole like crate full of stuff. But where's this fool going to? I'm gonna start. Don't follow this idiot. I was talking about my music likes or whatever. I mean, I like all sorts of types of music. I don't like really popular music by, like, you know, by other people's popular music. Like, I might like, you know, UK rap. I mean, I listen to it all. I don't like limit myself musically. I just feel like a lot of stuff in a way. If you look at it, if you have to analyze some of this music that people listen to, some stuff is not good. Like, I was just telling somebody, I listened to somebody's track or whatever that they produce or they got their friend. Everybody is not good. And I'm not hating on anybody, but people's music and stuff is just not good. Like, the stuff doesn't even sound professionally done. I know everybody and stuff like that, you know, they don't have access to a sound engineer. You're trying to get to the next level. You know, some of the stuff doesn't sound blended correctly. That's just me being me. That's honest. That's honesty. You know, I don't really cap about anything. But certain stuff is not professional. What I mean not professional is strictly that. Like, for instance, if you ever heard, I would say, let me think of a song that's not really unreleased demos and stuff like that. I cut some slack. Or just like rehearsals where you hear people's music. It could have been good at one particular point, but it kind of went by the wayside. And what I mean by that is just like simply, let's say for instance, there's a lot of people that have unreleased music. Like, I could name a few artists. Let's say Prince, Tupac, or people who still have music out there, a catalog of music, but it's just not being released because of the state or whatever. For whatever reason, the state doesn't deem it necessary to go release some of this music. Some of this stuff gets leaked, but then again, you gotta think about it, it's very few and far between of people actually releasing music. And what I think about people's music generally, in a way, especially, an artist generally makes more money in death than they do in life, because there's going to be greatest hits album. There's going to be some type of new background vocals or something like that. Like, let me see if artists, yeah, like Bob Marley, for instance. Like, they keep on releasing, you know, some of his music with unused vocals, background vocals and stuff like that, or from demos and stuff like that. I think that's kind of cool. But at the same time, it's got to be 40 years out or whatever. But at the same time, yeah, I'm still thinking about it. Music and stuff is really not, in a way, you can't really lack in music. What I mean by lacking music is something that's not professionally sound, in a way. You can tell. And what I mean by that, it doesn't have to be anything crazy. It just has to be something just as simple as, you know, not the blending, or for instance, the audio, or just even technology. Like, if someone's on cassette tapes, how are you going to get that to on a actual drive or a vinyl or something like that? I'm not sure how you exactly do that, but I'm still thinking about the distribution. You went down because you suck. You can leave. You can cuss, you can say whatever. I don't care, bro. That was bull, but what can I do? I'm lagging, so I don't know if I was doing better, I would not lag. So, with the first few things I just want to address here too, and just the PS5 in general. Now I got some work to do. I'm trying to take care of that the best I can today. Well, tomorrow really. But my biggest thing, especially too, when it comes to school and stuff, I don't feel like you can even normalize like school in a way, in an instance with all these unrealistic objectives. Like, I have to do a project, a group project, and I'm still working on it. I'm really have to do some research on this thing. I'm gonna do it this weekend. I'm gonna try to get with my group people, because we've been focusing on just what some core competencies, my bad, with Amazon. Amazon is a little bit weird in a sense. The fact that I'm gonna tell you how it's weird, and it's not really insider information. It's like the same thing with Uber. Uber have like 30,000 or something like that, or 40,000. They have to have a whole lot of huge amount of cash on hand to be able to get this truck a route or whatever, stuff like that. And the payout, you can have other people fleet of vehicles, people up under you, stuff like that. They pay you a little bit of money. But Amazon in itself, you're independently contracted. Like, they're not taking into account, you have to do your taxes yourself. So any type of losses that you do, I mean, I don't even think you get insurance necessarily, but I'm not 100% sure. But I know somebody works at Amazon. Or it's a company that directly deals with Amazon, like the fleet of vehicles. I know somebody who did that, but they just, they got let go, unfortunately, within the last month. But a person, they were taking shortcuts and stuff like that. I don't believe in taking shortcuts by any means. Yeah, it's just bad. So, with me, in a way, what I think about just business in general, the way stuff's just operating, sometimes, you just gotta keep pushing in a way. Because stuff is not really, I mean, I question stuff for what it is. Like, how can I put it this way? Like, for instance, let's say, for instance, they say that, 75% of people I would say, within a certain time frame, have an opportunity for employment. Like an employment opportunity to the next level. Like, for instance, so you came with the entry-level business job or something like that, you're making about $55,000 a year. That's pretty decent. But at the same time, in token, what is that work-life balance looking like? Because at the same time, some people are getting dogged out, working time and a half. I mean, that's the business world. I mean, corporate burnout stuff is real. Don't get me wrong, you get paid a pretty penny, but at the same time, are you really enjoying your job? A lot of people can't say that legitimately, because you're working. There's nothing wrong with work, but the work-life balance is not something that should be taken lightly. Or then, you got people, packing on the pounds and stuff like that behind, doing business and going to these brunches and stuff that they out here doing. Trying to settle all this stuff for business, like get it down pat. And my thoughts on that is, I mean, in a sense, you shouldn't have to really, I mean, the thing about it, someone told me about business, the way that people really do something, you don't want to order anything that's just too, not palatable. Like, you want to get you a salad, or you want to get you something that's kind of very, like, you wouldn't want to go to a thing, something that just gets, like, nasty. Like, you wouldn't want to go to a professional business thing to discussing stuff, and, you're not going to order some baby back ribs, you're not going to order that. Stuff that, you definitely going to get your hands dirty, stuff like that. You're not about to do that. You might get a salad, you might get some chicken, a grilled chicken sandwich or something. You might get something that's a little bit, palatable, not really messy, just something simple. And my thoughts on just business in general. Business, someone asked why I'm just studying business or what I plan to do with that. I mean, the thing about me, I really don't care that much in a way. I mean, I'm just going through and just trying to get my degree. I think after this, I'm pretty much done with school. Like, I'm just not going to even lie to myself. Like, I don't think I'm really limiting myself by not going to get an MBA. But at the same time, a lot of people don't know what they're talking about, because at the same time, a lot of programs and stuff want people to actually work first, or if you're working for an employer, to actually pay for you to get your MBA and stuff like that. But at the same time, MBA doesn't really mean that you're going to make more money. It might get you more of a position, but at the same time, the position that you may get, I mean, there's people with 2-year degrees making, $100,000. I don't really have a problem with that, but at the same time, and token, a lot of people believe getting these degrees, and you know, it doesn't really work to their favor. I'm not saying that people don't know what they're talking about, but it's really up to them. Like, there's a whole lot of stuff in the business world people won't tell you. Like, you know, I hate when adults or other people, I mean, I'm an adult, but I hate when people like 40 or 50, you know, trying to tell you exactly what it is you need to be doing. Or, like, for instance, it just doesn't make any sense. Like, the concept of the real world, I mean, here's my thing. You know, I know in a way, nobody 100% has themselves together, but like, for instance, there's like dumb stuff people do. Like, you know, just because someone is making like $47,000 a year. Does not mean or does not warrant that they are really making money. Like, for instance, like you got like let's say an $85,000 a year job or something like that. Someone went from 47,000 to 85,000 a year. You got this new job, more position, a pay raise. The dumbest thing I think people can do is move into an apartment. Let's say someone's paying $1,500 a month, right? And they decide, you know, I'm gonna get me a place that's $2,300 a month or whatever. That's your prerogative. But then again, let's say they get like a $35,000 car. First of all, the car is not really, you know, going to be, you know, $35,000. It's not including all the taxes and stuff you're gonna have to pay on that, and then the car note. Even if the car note is, you know, relatively low or whatever, or people think they can make the minimum payments, that stuff comes back to bite you. And like, let me tell you what I mean by that. Even for cars, you know, $35,000, you're still financing it. If it's a new car, you're still financing it. You have to pay vehicle tax and stuff with DMV, all sorts of types, so not including the maintenance and stuff like that. And then, that's not even the worst part of it. The maintenance and repairs, like you're going to get an oil change and stuff like that. Or you're putting on miles on a car. That cars, you know, are rough. Now, the one thing I can say about certain cars are rough, like BMW, Mercedes. Those cars are rough, and you definitely have to definitely maintain the vehicles and stuff like that, like oil, suspension, all that type of stuff. That stuff is very expensive. Very expensive. But that's not the point. Like, back with 35,000, if you're spending already a certain amount of money on a car, if you're spending let's say $2,500 a month on what you call it. Alright, but let me go back to what I'm saying. The 2,500, that's like over, you know, like, I'm trying to kill this guy, but I'm gonna go back to what I'm saying. The 35,000, that's gonna be like 50,000, not including your rent. So you're probably looking at $70,000 altogether at 85,000. That's good if like you're single, like 85,000, but you don't make like smart, just like, that's not a smart decision, a smart financial decision to take into account. That's not even including, you're supposed to live off whatever you have left. That I can say. You don't live off your gross income, you live off your net. So whatever you get after taxes. So, I mean, I know that to do better, but I understand the concepts. Like, I guess there's a lot of stuff that as we get older and stuff like that, or, you know, we mature. But there's, I mean, in a way, there's more, like, people can be grown or like 40 years old and have the emotional maturity of like a 13-year-old. There's just, it could be a variety of stuff. You know, I don't really go into all that, but there could be a whole lot of other stuff, bro. Like, I don't try to act like I 100% have myself together, but in a sense, there's some stuff I just don't do. Like, some stuff you really can't get sympathy from, especially like you're an adult. Like, nobody's gonna feel sorry for you in a sense. Like, you're not taking care of your own money. How? Dang. I did good until that part. I probably got time for like one more. But I'm not even 100% sure. But will I have a PS5? Yes, I will have a PS5. Literally in a day, I had a PS5. If someone's doubting the fact that I'm gonna have a PS5, I'm telling you, bro, I'm gonna have this PS5. Now, I will have to get some work and stuff out the way, for school, all that different type of stuff. I mean, I'm not really even mad about that, like the school component, but, what do I think about it? I mean, I think that the whole thing with just managing inventory, like, right now, like, at school, we're doing, like, supply chain management. That's what we're kind of doing, business and stuff like that. Demand and stuff is inelastic and elastic. It just depends. And the supply curve, all this different other foolishness. A marginal utility, all this stuff. Bro, I mean, I pay attention in school, but some of this stuff is just like a blur. Cause like 2020 for me is just a blur. Like, in a way. I mean, I'm about to graduate. Stuff like that. Someone asks what I'm gonna do or stuff like that. I mean, I really don't know. You know, I try to go in with an open mind and stuff like that about school, do what I need to do here. But I think in a lot of ways, I mean, if you had to be serious and honest with yourself in a way, especially navigating going through school. Now, the thing that really doesn't change at all that bothers me too is the nonchalantness and slackness of these advisors or these counselors that you have going throughout school. Because some of these people, in a way, it's not even about like really trying to get you to where you need to be. In a way, it's about, like, for instance, you really have to be on your stuff. Especially, you have to be a little bit more assertive, especially as you kind of get older and certain stuff like that. You know, the dumbest thing that I think my advisor did is he put me in a class where my schedule and stuff conflicted. I had two 9:30 classes, and there was no way. Like, I had like a weightlifting class, and I had a like a management class, like a business management class. Oh yeah, a human organization class. That made no sense. Literally made no sense, man. Like, if you want to talk about that, that right there was just definitely not it. But like stuff like that just makes me angry in a way, because you think about you paying money for certain like classes. I mean, I don't even pay that much money for to go to school. Like, well, at least my parents don't. That's a good thing about it. But man, I know as soon as I get my degree, I'm about out. Like someone said, it's okay to mentally check yourself out from school. I mean, in a way, I mean, 4 years. Someone asked me about like just school and what transpires over 4 years. I mean, whatever transpires over 4 years, I mean, it's up to you. Whether or not what you choose to do with like your time, especially in school. Now, to me, in a way, I've never really been a fan of certain stuff. Like let me be honest with you, because I don't really feel like I need to cap about anything. Like, I can tell you from a standpoint about certain stuff, like if anybody asks me about like student government association, that stuff in high school to college rarely even changes. That's just me being honest. A lot of the stuff is the clout fest or just certain stuff like that. To me, I don't care about being relevant. I don't care about being known. Like, I really don't. That's just me. Like that to me, it's a waste of time, bro. And the only reason why I'm probably saying it, putting it out there like that in a sense, because if you think about on average, like especially like high school, you know, someone could be homecoming queen and king or whatever. It really don't affect me or nothing like that. I'm not bitter or anything like that, but some stuff like, especially like in a way, especially being grown now, a lot of stuff laugh at, you know, people's jokes and stuff in class. Some of the stuff is just not funny. It's just corny. Like, you know, monkey see, monkey do. Go along to get along. I've never been one of those type of people who like go along, get along. Like, especially like if you funny, like people know I'm funny. I don't really try hard to be funny. It's just like, I'm just naturally funny. But some of this stuff is not funny. Like, what? Bro, that was lag, but that's on me because I fell down. That's on 100% on me because I fell down. And I know I'm lagging because I'm streaming and my internet connection not good. But let me go and say, let's get on my next talking point about like school too. What are my thoughts, especially on school? People talking about refund checks. Now, the crazy thing about being a college student too, I got $700 out of just what you call being a student in college, because whatever, I didn't even know about it. They had like a COVID economic relief program for like college students where you got $700. So you had to apply. You had to go to some type of USAID thing and fill out this paperwork and stuff like that. They check your stuff with a registry of like schools, like with your all your information. You type that in there, yada yada yada. I got that, but you know, that's a one-time thing. And the thing about like being a college student, you really don't have, well, you do have expenses. Let me not say that. You do have expenses, but at the same time and token, there's no type of stipend like for college students, especially this stimulus bill. To me, I'm not really a fan, like a huge proponent of like politics. You know, a lot of people say politics and stuff don't matter. It do matter. Not only you know, presidential election, but these smaller elections and stuff like that. But you know, the thing about the transparency between a lot of stuff like too is like, you know, all these people say vote for them or whatever your beliefs and stuff is. You don't really, at the forefront, you don't know what some of the issues that people are dealing with, like that affect, like, you know, you as a whole. Like, let me say for instance, like, you know, a budget, like school budget. Like, let's say for instance, for my school, bro, it didn't make any sense. Like, we had books and stuff like that, what crystallized, hard up boogers and stuff in the books, like from 1996. Literally hand me down books and stuff like that from 1996. You know, it didn't make any sense. Like we had stuff on the thing talking about Bombay, India. It's Mumbai. They changed that junk like 1998. Bro, that, I mean, I'm lagging. That's still not an excuse for what I did, how I died, but that right there was some bull. I mean, I don't play this game like that. That's still not an excuse. The other day when I was playing, I got like 8 kills or whatever, but I mean, that's when I wasn't streaming, but that's still not an excuse. Got playing like absolute trash right now, but that's the point, man. Or like, let me be honest too, especially with this whole school stuff too. What I think is a problem with school, especially, and you know, these politicians. I mean, I'm not spreading my ideas, what I think about politics and stuff like that, but the whole thing with me with schooling is that the budgets, all these budget cuts and stuff, like where's this money? Like the board of commissioners and, you know, these different crooks on these boards that set all this stuff up for how much money and stuff could be allocated, you know. And the thing about it is that, like, bro, budget cuts, I don't really see all this stuff that they talking about. Like, you know, in a way, what I said before is kind of ignorant in a way. Well, not really ignorant. It was kind of ill-informed, because I should be asking these questions, especially if, you know, you get a chance to meet some of these people. It's not ignorant, it's ill-informed. But like, for instance, like, let's be honest, like, too, like, if some business or place says that they're not profitable in a way, like, you know, the NBA said they lost like, what, $3 billion of actual revenue. The thing about that, do I believe they lost $3 billion worth of revenue? No, because at the same time, statement of cash flows. I didn't pay attention in school enough to know what this stuff is. It's like all the accounts and stuff that they have, how much money they have in reserves and stuff like that, how much money is owed out to different people. It's a whole lot of stuff. And the EBITDA. That's important too. Keep on getting clapped. I'm lagging, this guy lagging too. That was a bad spot, but back to what I'm saying. You got depreciation expense. That's another account that people got to look out for too. Dang. Is it gonna let me connect? But yeah, there's other stuff that I feel like people should be trying to look at too. I wouldn't say a lot of stuff I say is ignorant. It may be ill-informed in a way, like with the budget and stuff like that. School's budget, like the school system's budget, because, bro, if I had to be honest, there's no reason why we should have 1996 textbooks in our school. And that was recent. It's like 2016. That made no sense. We had hardened boogers and stuff in these books. It don't make any sense, man. It's nasty. Or people say that, you not gotta get in the right mind state or mentality where, like, nothing in a way bothers you. Well, I won't say bothers you, but like, so don't get to you. Like, let me say that. Like, a lot of people talking about my direction in a way. Like, what am I going to do within the next, what you call it? Like, where do I see myself in the next 5 years? I mean, I really don't like to think about that, but that is important too. But I'm not really one of those go with the flow type things. I mean, people say stuff falls into place. I don't really believe in that. I just believe that you have to be dedicated to whatever it is that you set your mind to in a way. So I don't really believe in the fact that people talking about good stuff happens. Good stuff does happen and good stuff does not happen. Like, I just can't believe in something like people talking about law of attraction, all these books and stuff. There's no guarantee that stuff's gonna happen. Like, for instance, if I'm sitting up here trying to be positive, sure, that's good. Like, if someone talking about they are trying to eat healthy and stuff like that, or someone says they'll manifest, they'll get rid of their high blood pressure. I can talk about reducing high blood pressure, all this type of stuff, but what am I actually doing? The actual steps to reduce high blood pressure. Have I stopped eating fried chicken? Have I stopped, eating, meals with high level of sodium? Have I done this? Have I done that? Because there's a whole lot of stuff people can talk about. People talk a good game, but then again, it's not really a good thing and a way to talk about not implement any steps, like lifestyle changes. Like, there's a whole lot of stuff. Lifestyle changes don't even have to be anything crazy. Let me say that lifestyle changes don't even have to be anything crazy. It could be as simple as just walking. It could be as simple as stop having an alcoholic beverage or something like that every day, or something like that people do. Or having people go and drink like 3 beers, and stuff like that. That's not even good. Right, beer has like what? I think at max 6% alcohol beverage, I think. ABV, whatever it is. So that's like 18%. You're drunk by then. You have 3 beers, you're drunk. And then the thing about it too, people drink rum and stuff like that. That stuff too, like, rum and stuff has like 35 to 40% volume, stuff like that, per bottle. So if you drink a little bit of that, you're definitely gonna be drunk. Everybody's stuff, body composition and stuff is different. So somebody could drink, 2 beers and be completely fine, not drunk, but somebody else, that's not gonna be the case. How? Oh my god, I'm playing like a noob, man. That game was thrown off. I was up here lagging, but I might stream a little bit longer, but I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure what I want to do. But man, I know Pete talking about PS5, trying to camp for PS5. I mean, camp for a PS5 is never that serious. Just like Pete talking about camping for shoes. Everybody, I know places and stuff, they're doing an absolutely completely different type of thing. Like some people they have a ticket system or they have a queue system. I don't prefer any of those because basically it's giving you a chance that you're going to get something. And the reality is stock and stuff is very limited. Very limited. And I think out of all the stuff that I'm seeing, every store in a way is carrying between 10 and 25 PS5s. That range is pretty specific, but certain targets are only carrying certain ones. Like I'm gonna have to chalk up what you call it. I already have the money, but I'm gonna have to chalk up. I don't want to, but they don't have the digital. The digital, I mean, is good. But I'm gonna have to. I want to get the digital because I really don't, use the disc. I'll never buy a disc again. But because of the scarcity and I'm trying to get my hands on PS5, I'm gonna have to just go ahead and chalk up the 500 for the thing. It's ridiculous, but yeah, I'm gonna have to chalk it up. There's nothing that I can do about it. I'm not gonna complain about it, but there's a good chance that you're not getting a PS5 this year. There's a good chance you're not getting a PS5 this year. And the only reason I'm saying that is because the way stuff was managed and due to COVID and whoever they got distribution network, there's only so many people that are seriously distributing the PS5. What I mean by that, Sony has to get it to these vendors and stuff like that. That's for sure. What's going on, whoever that is? I'll check your message in a minute. I'll add a PS5, trust me. I'm not capping, I'm gonna add a PS5. Oh, so fucking. Oh my god. I keep on getting destroyed because I haven't played this junk in a while. Alright, bro, you on call. Yo, pink kinda out getting one on me, bro. You on Combat Pro? Yeah, I'm on Combat Pro, bro. I'm on Combat Pro. I'm lagging though. That's another thing. I'm lagging. I know you can see I'm lagging because this junk is shaky. Normally I'm not lagging, but yeah, I'm lagging right now. I'm gonna have to pick my junk up early in the morning. Definitely picking my junk up early in the morning get it, then RC playing with viewers. Not right now, cause I'm about to I got class tomorrow. Like I'm about to about to hang it up, call it a night, I guess, and try to prepare myself to go to class tomorrow. Do what I need to do. Cause I got a whole lot of courses and stuff. I mean, I'm about to graduate from college, but shoot, this whole junk is just boring to me. Like right now, like going to school, I think I'm done with school. Like literally after this, like I'm most definitely, school to me, do I think it's a waste of time? No. Do I think college is a piece of paper saying you can do a job? No. But at the same time, I mean, I feel like people talk about network determines net worth. I don't believe that. I really don't believe that. I'm just telling you that right now. I don't believe that. Like, especially like a lot of people, me, it's really willpower. I don't believe you pick yourself up by your own bootstrap, all that BS. But yeah, I'm taking statistics and stuff like that in class and all that stuff. You really have to be really smart to do some of this stuff. Like for instance, license plate number, they use statistics. Like even some of the stuff that you don't even think. There's 26 letters in the alphabet. There can only be a max of what, three combinations, like 3 letters, and then like 4 different numbers. Numbers go to infinity, so there's only a set number of things. Like I think you can only have like what, 6 or 7, so 6 out of how many ever numbers you can have out of the thing. That's about it. It's not that hard, but at the same time, too, I gotta take a whole lot more business courses too. I mean, I'm almost done with the stuff, major classes regarding business, because that's what I major in, business. And then they got me doing stuff in information technology. I don't think I'm gonna be using that. I know exactly what I want to do after I graduate, coming up here soon. But I'm not really messing with this school stuff, man. I'm just telling you that now. It ain't got nothing to me being lazy. I know y'all seen that. That was lag, and my bullets, bro, my bullets didn't even count. And you see that, bro, my ping is high. And the bad thing about the internet company that I got, I mean, it's pretty good, and it's based out of the East Coast. That's why I live at the East Coast. Spectrum sucks. All the cable companies, the internet, home internet people suck. Charter, all them, Comcast, they suck. Ain't no such thing as good internet with them people, bro. That's a monopoly, because you only have access to what you call it, like, only a couple. I'm still thinking about, also, like in business, or business school, of course on 10, we're talking about perfect competition, all that type of stuff. Monopolistic stuff. A natural monopoly is like whoever you get like energy and stuff from, like an energy company. But I know one monopoly there is, like some stuff is good to have a monopoly in a way, and then certain stuff too, price discrimination too. That's basically where people are basically price themselves out. It's good and bad for people. It's good and bad. Because let's say for instance, like let's say someone from I'll say inner city community, like somebody goes to like a school based in the inner city community, they're not gonna have the same light bill as someone from, let's say, a art school, a fine art school where people are paying, you know, let's say $27,000 to attend there, and that's just for 1 year. you can do boarding, or you can do a tuition just day school. You just don't basically live at the school. There's a lot of schools like that, but you know, I think the whole prep aspect of that type of stuff, I really don't believe in private school. In certain instances, I just don't believe in private schools. Like, that's not me being funny. I just don't believe in private schools. And the only reason why I'll probably say it like that is because some of these private schools and stuff like that, not really doing anything. That's just not me being funny. They're just not doing anything. Like, for instance, why would you pay $27,000 for school? And I know some people who paid that money. I don't have a problem with that, stuff like that. It's none of my business, none of my concern. I really don't care about money. Money's the least of my concern, stuff like that, in a way. But $27,000 for school, I mean, and to me, it's more so networking. Like, when people play golf and stuff like that, people not playing golf for the specific reason of just playing golf. People actually discussing business and stuff like that, having events or doing some type of charity stuff. That's why people out there playing golf. You can be terrible at golf, but as long as you know how to work business and stuff, you're gonna be good. Oh my god. Damn. I did good. But I think I got time for like 2 more, hopefully. I got time for 2 more, but I'm keeping it real, like, you know, I don't think that private schools and stuff like that, I know that's kind of off tangent and stuff like that, but private schools, there's no guarantee that, you know, you're gonna go anywhere and stuff like that. Strictly off the name. Like, let's say, for instance, too, private schools, just like basketball and stuff like that. Like, I'm not being funny too. I know somebody who was like a senior, stuff like that. They played. It was on a team. They were starting. They were starting to have the spot at this particular school. Then they heard, like, this was like around the year that people really start believing. And this is around like 2011 when people really start believing in going to these Christian schools, all this type of stuff, the hype, going to these different programs. But the thing about basketball and sports, even if someone tells you have a great spot or you're going to be a scoring option, you're not going to be a scoring option. That's not the way stuff works. Especially like you trying to get college looks and stuff like that. It's not going to happen. If you have talent, it don't really matter where you're going, and especially what team you're playing for. As long as you're doing what you need to do from a particular standpoint, like scoring, rebounding. But there's a whole lot more than scoring. Making sure that you're coachable. Make sure you're on the same page as a coach. Make sure you know offense. You're not bigger than basketball. You don't think you're bigger than basketball. Because that can get you off a team real quick. What's another component that people don't think about, especially with dealing with basketball or just sports in general? Or two, like for instance, there's a whole lot of stuff too that people really be transferring to these schools. And the problem I got with these schools and stuff like that, the coaches and stuff like that, especially in college, dealing with college and high school. Okay, you might have a coach, people transfer these different programs, or they look at these little private Christian schools. They could have a good coach, but the coach is no longer there. They got a better opportunity somewhere else. There's like 3 schools. I'm not going to say 3 schools that I know are pretty decent, but their tuition stuff is way too high. Between $17,000 and $28,000 a year. And they got this new thing out with my school system where people who can't afford it or something like that, they have like a waiver program. it has to be athletic, or it has to be, you have to meet certain qualifications. But end of the day, education is, I think, okay. But like going to school, in a way, I'm glad I'm not a little kid or nothing no more. Nobody tell me what to do. I mean, I'm an adult. I gotta, do what I need to do to live and survive and stuff like that. Ain't no problem with that. But I just don't like the way teachers and stuff be talking to people. Like, and it really comes across as being disrespectful. Like, I'm not a disrespectful person, not like that. But you want to go there with me, like, you probably don't. You probably don't, like, in a way. I really be trying to hold back on, like, you know, certain people. I really do. This fool, man. I'm about to leave this one. But yeah, like, for instance, like, the most common thing that I can possibly think of, in a way, is like the teachers talking about the bell don't release you, I do. How much empowered do you feel like you have to be? I got places I need to be. Now, the dumbest thing I think that happened, especially regarding that, is how I had to meet with the assistant principal when I was like 6th grade, because literally, I hate when people do the fraternizing thing in the middle of the hallway and you literally cannot move. Like, you literally cannot move. The school that I went to, I mean, I'm not really from a big place. I mean, it could be considered big, but I mean, I'm in a populous place, but it's just not, it's not as big as people think for it. By school standards, a small school is between 600 and 700 kids. My school had like 1,000 kids. And that's another story for another day. But besides the point, yeah, people would just be blocking the hallways, especially in high school. You couldn't even move. That's another story for another day too. But back to this, what I'm saying is they had this thing where people, you know, encourage people to go to class and not skip. They had the thing of actually, they had this thing where it was like students on time or something like that. Or they'll give people sweeps. That's what they'll call them. They're sweep. Like, if you miss class, you get a sweep, and you could get detention. And I had to meet with the principal, because like after you had a certain number of one of them things, and I would go to class. I never skipped class, never skipped school, nothing like that. I've never skipped a class a day in my life. I haven't. I have not skipped a day of class for any reason. I find that stupid, like, you know, people hanging out with idiots and stuff like that, just what you call skipping class and stuff like that. I mean, I'm not gonna, you know, go in on people and stuff like that. Everybody got issues and stuff like that. That's besides the point. But, like, for instance, like, skipping class and just doing certain stupid stuff, like, for instance, like, people hanging around with people reading on the 3rd grade reading level. I'm not making fun of that. That's really bad. But at the same time, some people just only getting by. Like, I seriously know somebody who, graduated high school at 21. I feel like anytime that you are seriously laughing and hanging out with people, your best friends and stuff are literally younger than you. You're a grown tail man. You can buy a whole doggone beer, and you're still in class with a bunch of high school kids. You still have to do work. But I can tell you exactly what the person graduated with: a 0.67 GPA. That's less than. That's a D. That's really a D and F average. Really, that's terrible. But I seen a person here recently. I'm not being funny. Person doing towing, it seems like keeping busy and stuff like that. I mean, towing is I feel like a okay type of thing, but at the same time, I mean, there's no career with that. As long as it paid in the bills, I mean, it's not going to really make you money in that way. If you have your own towing company, sure, but at the same time, I mean, you're going to be on the road a lot. You might even have to fight some people too, because some people don't want to get the car towed, man. They'll be ready to fight you. Besides the point. But I don't know, man. Like, going to school every day, going to school is important, you know, doing what you need to do. They try to get out on time. What I mean get out on time is graduate and stuff like that. Or, you know, certain people, they don't meet the requirements of graduation, they get a certificate of attendance. There's too many people here, man. What? So many people. I'm about gone. I'll play one more and I'm for sure getting off, but yeah, man. Like, I'm being honest. Like 2 and then 3. Like skipping school to do what? Like, I know some stupid stuff that people would try to do too, like senior skip day. People were never even doing certain stuff trying to get in cool with some of these people, and then you see what the people doing now. I'm not being funny. I mean, it is what it is. At the same time, like for instance, senior skip day. Like not senior skip day. Like people would go to IHOP, literally skip a whole period to go to IHOP. People don't even like IHOP, but because other people were doing it, people was doing that. I just thought that was stupid. My personal opinion, that was dumb. I never did that. Like IHOP, in my opinion, is just nasty. Give or take, it's just nasty. Like I don't really eat breakfast. That's just my opinion. I think breakfast, people say it's the most important meal of the day. I believe it in a sense, but at the same time, for what it's worth, I mean, can you really be mad if you eat like some of the same foods every day? Like I don't like bacon for one. I don't like turkey sausage or smoked sausage. That's just nasty. Or Polsa kielbasa. I don't like that. You might as well be eating a rubber boot. How much slippery that doggone thing. Like, I don't like certain stuff cooked. The way it's cooked is really, the way meats and stuff is cooked is very important and stuff like that. You shouldn't have to feel like you're about to break your tooth or something like that. It's just something as simple as that, man. It's just simple as that to me. Or like for instance, if like you're not even really paying attention to certain stuff, like what I mean, like you're not even paying attention to the way food and stuff is prepared. You really do have to be prepared to look at some of this food and the way it's being cooked. Because man, some of this food that you could be eating could not even be served in temperature. It could be out of temperature. Like let's say for instance steak. Steak should be ordered to be like well done or just medium. I think it should be between 125 to 130 degrees, and then anything above that is definitely a whole lot higher. Or the biggest problem I got with restaurants now, like it's kind of a little sidebar, is that the meats and stuff is not evenly cooked. Like for instance, I could have a steak that's brown and it's cooked. It's actually cooked, but the inside is not cooked evenly. Like one side could basically be rare, and then one side could be medium well. Like if I would have a steak, I would never get a steak medium. I'll get a steak medium well, but mainly well done. Someone said, well done is what you call it. You basically eating leather at that point. They're stupid. They're stupid for saying that. That's funny. That's hilarious. But I think I'm gonna let y'all go, man. Peace out. Hope y'all get your PS5. It is what it is. Peace.